welcome, my beautiful people. Thank you very much for coming out and sharing your yoga poses and a little bit of energy. And if you don't know, my name is Heather, and I'm inviting you into a unique yoga practice that I usually do. It's not your typical half flow. It's a little bit of dynamic movement. So I'll just give you a lay of the land of how this practice is going to be progressing. We're going to start off in a cross-legged position on the floor. We're going to do some floor work first. Then we're going to get up and we're going to focus a lot on some legs, breaking down some lateral movements. And then after that, we're going to do a little bit of a flow. It's going to be short and sweet. After that, we're going to get into our warrior poses with some dynamic movement as well. At the end, we'll come down onto the floor, do a little bit of core work, and then be all happy, nice and limber, supple. And hopefully you're recovering well after your core practice that was on Sunday. I had good feedback from that core class on Sunday. People were feeling the love and they were aware of their core for a short time afterwards. So kudos to you for coming out, visiting your mat, and enjoying yourselves. So we're going to start with our hands at heart space. You can gently rest your eyelids on your face. We're going to take some deep breaths in through the nose. We're going to oxygenate the body, fill it with good positive energy. Set your intentions for your practice. So as you're filling your body up, be in this moment, be in this present moment. So whatever this week has brought to you thus far, just let that go and not focused on the future. Really coming in. So we are getting tested for focusing on the present moment. It is harder and harder to do that as each day comes and goes. There's really no plan for the future. It's just being right now. And maybe that is what's causing us to do what we are doing. It's bringing us together as a little tribe, practicing our poses, getting a little bit out of our box, all together. Fill your lungs. Allow the spine to grow. Maybe tuck your chin in slightly so the back of the neck becomes elongated. Draw the chin in a little bit. Relax the shoulders down, away, melt them away from your earlobes. Just take a moment to savor this moment. And whether your intention is physical, spiritual, or a combination of the two, know you're in the right place at the right time. Taking a breath of gratitude and just simply asking yourself, what are you grateful for today? Starting each and every day in that mode is a beautiful way to start your day. So let's take one big breath, open up your mouth, let it all go, releasing your hands. If I could get you to take your left leg in front of the right and cross-legged, so depending on what feels right or normal for you, I'd just like to start off with your left shin in front of the right one for now. Okay, so we're going to start off with an inhale up, and then exhale down. I'm now going to take my one arm over to that one side, do lateral folds. And then as I come out, I'm going to unhook that leg, press in, and open up the body. As I release out the floor, I take and refold that leg in. So that's a mini little sequence. We're going to do a lateral bend, unhook the leg, press into the earth, open up the hips, and then come back down. Cross leg, lateral bending. So I just leave my one arm right there and lifting up. It's a very good, beautiful, happy Thursday morning stretch. You notice we're just doing that same side all the time. You're starting to get the groove a bit. So I'll share with you what I'm grateful for is I do have to move my furniture to be able to practice with you. So I'm grateful for that because I move my furniture and I'm able to clean underneath of my couch every time we meet. So you're helping me keep a nice lean under the couch, floor. All right, good. Coming back to center, just hook this in. Now my right shin is going to hook in front of the left. So lean back a little bit, do the other side. I place my left hand out to the side. My right palm faces the sky. I do a lateral lean, start off slow, and then you'll be able to float it. As I come up, I unhook my leg, create that diagonal line, hike up my hips, squeeze my glutes, and then sink back down. Good. So let's grab our breath now. Inhale, exhale, lean, open up, inhale, exhale, fire the hips, squeeze glutes, sink in. Beautiful work. Laterally lean. Now you may find one side feels a little more fluid perhaps than another, or maybe not. But typically, I find most people will comment that one side is just feels more natural than the other. And that's okay, because your brain is actually working quite well and firing. So you're exercising your brain, not only your body here. Beautiful. Over to the side. Take that leg out. Make sure you squeeze the glutes. The purpose of doing things in this dynamic fashion is to create supple muscles, tendons, ligaments, so that each time you go over and you exhale, you're able to go a little bit further. If you only did one of these, it would be a little bit different. Let's do two more. Over we go. That's it. Push, squeeze glutes. And our last one through, breath to movement. Nice. And we're going to stay in our cross-legged position right here. So you can adjust your feet accordingly how it feels right for you. Inhale up, look to sky. Exhale, let's fold forward and just cascade forward. Give me some length and depth at the same time. Chuck, chin down. Allow your shoulder blades to melt. Drift them apart. We're going to hang out here for about 3 or 4 breaths. So settle in, let your head be heavy here. Feel the expansion of your ribs. And let's walk our hands over to one side. Opening up side body. Breathe into each and every rib. And again, you're looking down towards the floor. Walk your hands across to the other side. Tip that chin down. Nice. And keep that breath consistent. It's the anchor of the class all of the time. Good. One more big breath. And then let it go. Walking into the center. We're going to restack spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Lengthen it out. We're going to swing around and come up onto all fours. So into our tabletop position. I'm going to start at the side, but I may have to shift and maybe come to front. Your head is facing the front here. We're just going to start off with a little cat-cow, tucking through, undulating the spine. Engage your hands as you pull your heart through your strong arms. And then push into the earth as you tuck your tailbone, chin to chest. Breathe. You grab your breath, and then you exhale, you tuck up through the center, you really round out. Good, and you go at your own pace, breath to movement. This is an amazing exercise for the spine opening and closing that vertebrae. So it's so happy, you're making your spine very happy this morning. One last time. Good, I'd like to meet in our neutral. So just make sure your bones are stacked. I'm going to look over my shoulder and look towards my hip, and then my hip cinches towards my rib. And then it goes to the same to the other side. So I'm cinching side to side. It's like doing mini intense little side bends. Side to side we go. Good. And then we're going to expand this exercise here. Meet me into the center. So as I cinch now to my one side, I'm now going to take my opposite leg. So I cinch to my left, I take my opposite leg, I cross it over, and I lean back. So I push with my palms. Then I take that same leg out to the opposite side, and then I sink back. So from that forward view, I cross over, press my heel away, I swing my leg all the way around to the other side, and then I lean back a little bit. Now, if you have sensitive knees, you may not be able to lean back as far, but if you get that leg out to the side and shift, you'll feel that inner thigh. Then we go around to the side, and then swing it around. And then I sink back into my heel. I push forward into my tabletop, and I swing around. Good. And from here, I sink down and back, almost like doing a single leg child's pose. I will do 2 more. Breath to movement. Press my heel away from my body. Swing that leg around, and then take my tailbone towards my heel. Come back up. Now let's reset. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. So now I take my other leg back behind at the beginning, and I look at my foot. My ball of my foot, I watch it land. I put my heel away from me, pushing with my hands. Then I swing this leg around to the other side, sinking back towards my heel. Restack my bones. The leg swings around. Nice. So take your time to get the move. Go across. Become acquainted. So as I say, and you've heard me say it before, you learn it, earn it, and then own it. Push away. So you're more stacked when the leg crosses back. When the leg goes out to the side, this is where you hover a little closer to the floor. Restack. Out it goes. Nice work. Good. This is our last one. Good. Beautiful. Coming back to the center, we're going to work a little bit of our glutes. So stacking our bones, we're going to do our fire hydrant. So connect your palms into the earth, push into the floor. We're going to take that leg up about as high as my hip, and then wrap it around to the front. So we're going to do circles. So imagine drawing circles with the knee. And the circles are slow, controlled. It's not quick. Here's what I want you to focus on. My foot is active. My hips are parallel to the floor. My eye gaze should be down. Let's reverse that circle. So now we go up to the side and around. So do those nice, beautiful, and make sure you're breathing consistently, not holding breath at any point in time. Nice flat spine. When that knee drops down, you don't want to arc through the lower spine. We'll do one more circle with this leg. Beautiful. And then we'll do the same to the other side. So we're coming up, opening, and then wrapping around. My foot is active. So I have integrity through my whole leg. My leg remains at that 90-degree bend as I come up and around. Inhale, and then exhale, swoop around. Inhale up. Nice. You should start to feel some good heat and energy in through that hip socket. Yes. Up and around. 2 more. And then we're going to reverse your circle. So I bring my knee up to my thigh, and then I swoop it around to the sides. Up. Imagine that kneecap is what is drawing those big, delicious circles in space. Nice. Breathing. Good. You should feel the glutes. I think so. One last one. I think we deserve a stretch out. So connect your big toes, open up those knees, sink back, and come into a child's pose here. Good. Take a couple of beautiful deep breaths. This is sort of like an active recovery. Push yourself forward, bring your knees, your back. We'll do one more thing. I'd like to just stretch out our calves. So I want you to nail your forefoot, push down and open up. So kick open the back of that knee, stretch your calf. And your arms are pressing into the floor. One more breath, and then switch to the other side. And before we rise up to a standing position, I'd like to do one core exercise here. Let's stack. If you want more, you can actually take your knees back a little bit. But I'll start off just stacking my bones. So my knees directly underneath, I tuck my toes, push into the floor, and I hover just enough to let some sun shine through. So this is exaggerated, and I just hover my shin and my knees. And again, if you want more, you can shimmy your toes away from you. And then you can also shift forward and back. Imagine your back gliding along the ceiling, like you're washing the ceiling right here. Up and back. Just floating forward and back. It's always good to connect to your core before you get up and start moving around in a standing position. Good. 2 more. Good. So we should feel good and warm. We're going to take our feet, walk them in towards our hand, and then we're going to roll up, re-stacking. And then roll the shoulders back. I'll tip the screen from you. Give those shoulders roll. We're going to be standing in our mountain pose. Revisiting. So your feet can either be together or apart. I'm not too concerned with that. What I want you to do is push your feet apart. So engage your legs. You don't have to do this in yoga. You can do this while you're standing preparing a meal. You can do this while you're standing in those long lineups at the grocery store. Push your feet into the concrete and try to pull the concrete apart while you stand there. You can do those little things. Take a deep breath in, up. Exhale down, pull your hands to heart space. So feel grounded into the floor. We're going to balance a little bit on my one leg. Doesn't really matter which leg. And we're going to do leg circles. Now, when you meet back into the center, you may want to touch your toe down. But we're going to circle around in one direction. So again, lots of hip activity today, lots of glute work, right? So we're really going big circles. You can work on your balance here, right, by doing those big circles. And then you can get the arms. Just let the arms do what they naturally want to do. Let's reverse the circle. So open up and around. Open up and around. And again, your kickstand is right there when you return back, or you can hover and really work on the balance. What you'll find is this leg that's not moving, your stabilizers are all there connecting in and being fired up. Good. And we'll do 2 more. Good. Now it's time for the right leg to do its work. Other side, we're going to circle around. You may notice your circles are a little bit small when you do the first 2 or 3. And then as this hip socket and joint releases, the blood flow gets there, becomes happy that you're moving, it gets a little bit wider in your range of motion, right? Soften, just do a micro bend in the opposite leg that you're stabilizing yourself onto. Good. Ready? We'll do 1 more around, and now you're going to go the other direction. Circle around. Work the glutes. You should be able to feel that glute fire, especially when you go back and your foot is active all the way. So my toe lifts up to the sky all the way around. Good. We'll do 4 more. Last one. Nice. We're going to stretch those out a little bit. Take your feet wide into what I call my sumo squat. My toes are out to the side. My chest is proud. I sink down and I take my inside of my arm, lean it up against my inner thigh, and I open up. Take a breath. Coming up. Inhale. Exhale. I do the other side. I push and I open up. Perfect. We're going to kind of grow with this move a little bit. Lean in and open. So again, it's all about opening up the hips. Now we're starting to get some bigger movements. Nice. Breath, inhale, and then exhale. We're going to do one more on this side. Looking awesome. All right, hold it right here into the center. Now, if this is your happy place, stay right here. Other than that, if you want to try and sink down low, 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 you can adjust your feet. Take your hands to heart space, lengthen through, and connect. The objective is to have your feet plucked down. If they're not, that's okay. If you're only up part way, you can actually put your hands right here onto your legs. But you choose your option. No judgments, and never be hard on yourself. If you can't do a move somebody else cannot do. There's anatomy involved. There are lots of things involved with how you're performing different poses. Beautiful. Take your hands to the floor, ride it up, heel toe it in, flatten your back, squeeze your blades together, and then exhale down, root and rise up. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, we're going to work a little bit on some lateral movements. So we're just going to work on the right leg. So you're going to step off. If you're using your yoga mat, your foot is going to be off. We're going to break down your lateral lunges. So let's start with one leg only. We're going to do one leg, and then we're going to do the other leg. So to begin, we're going to step slowly apart, evenly distribute my weight. Then I'm going to lean into that leg that I stepped with. My opposite leg is long, and then I come back. So we step, and then we hinge, and then we come back. We step, and then we hinge. Good. So I'm breaking down this lateral action so that you learn to step. And when you look down, make sure your knee is middle of your foot, approximately not going forward over your toe. So we're going to do one lunge with a step and then a lean. Then lunge number two, you're just going to step right into it. Okay, so this is like your little review. You're going to step, wrap your hip around your knee. So that's the broken down one, and then go right into it. So basically we do one slow, wrap around, and then we do one a little bit faster, and then up. Step, wrap around, stay slow and controlled, and then go. Okay, one more with the side. Step, wrap around, and now go for it. Boom, yes, okay. Same thing other side. So again, break it down first. You're gonna step first, take the weight, evenly distribute it, and then wrap around. My outside leg, my inside leg that I stepped away from is long. This one here, chest proud. Just take a quick gander, and then come up. We'll do those a few times. So we step, and then wrap around. Load into the heel, your toes should float. Coming back. Two more of those. Step, load in. It's really, really good to sort of review your technique every once in a while. Make sure you look down, your knee tracks, middle of your foot. Okay, so now we're going to do one of those where we evenly distribute weight. We wrap around, load into the heel. Coming back, and then go all the way. Good. We step, we review our good technique, and then we go for it. Okay, so we step, wrap around, and then go for it. Nice. Notice we pause. So we step, wrap our hips around, we pause in our basement, and then, good, and then we land it, pause here, proud chest. Let's go two more of those. Step in first, wrap around. How do the legs feel? They feel pretty good? Dandy. One more round of that. Step, wrap around. Good, and now go for it. Perfect. Still focusing on those lateral movements. We're going to do what's called a rainbow. Now we're going to incorporate some arms though. So we're going to come down into our low position in our sumo squat. We're going to shift over to one side. And we're going to rainbow up and then shift over to the other. Notice elbows in line with shoulders. So all those little techniques that you learned about loading into the heel, proud chest, they're all coming into play. I thought, why not incorporate the upper body? The lifting up, exhale down, will encourage you to keep that chest proud here. So try to look up, not down. The only time you can glance down is when you come down. Take a little look down, making sure your knee is not tracking on top of that big toe. Okay, in we go. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Perfect. One more each side. Looking good. Legs are talking, saying yippee. Okay, now we're going to meet into the middle. This is our last one, I promise. Now we're going to stay low in this position. Pelvis is like a bucket of water. Now when we shift, we stay in the same height. We internally rotate, externally to go to the other side. Elbows are pivoting, making sure your elbows are slightly in front of your body. Because if my elbows are too far back, it'll just be a little more awkward. So palms down, palms up. So there's a lot going on, I get it. Tight core. Good. One more each side. Yeah. Good. Heel toe it in. Let's take a deep breath in up. Forward fold. Let it all go. Let the head hang. Nice. Round out that spine. Tip your chin in. Shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Come up halfway. Exhale down, and root rise up. Bring your hands to heart space. Focus on your feet. Are you tearing them out apart, engaging your feet into the floor? We're going to come into a little bit of a flow. Every time you come up to the flow, this is where you're going to land. I'm just going to turn to one side. You're going to get on top of your mats. There we go. We're going to come down into a deep bend, generously bending, looking up. Forward fold, lead with the heart, and then round out. Come up halfway, squeeze your shoulder blades together, connect to the floor. We're going to take the right leg back, push into the floor, open up towards your knee. Return now, hands straddle the foot. High plank to start, and then melt your knees down, but your hips come with you. Unhook toes, roll your elbows in, sink your heart to the floor. Come up into your little baby cobra. Squeeze elbows into ribs. Exhale down, tuck the toes. Pass into tabletop. Hips come close to your heels. And then come into your beautiful down dog. This is your first one of your Thursday. Walking, pedaling out your dog. Nice. Bending your knees a lot. Looking to your hands. Tippy toe in. Halfway lift. Exhale. Root and rise up. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Generously bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Good. Connect. Left leg goes back. You're going to press into that left hand. Open up towards your knee. Straddle that foot. Take it back. I will just do your chaturanga now and then up. So this is not modified. You can modify now. You know what to do. Come into your down dog. Exhale, paddle it out. Good. Searching for the floor with both heels. We're going to soften both knees a lot and look to your hands. That's where we're headed. Come up halfway. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, round out. Give me an energetic breath up. 2 more rounds here. Good. Are your feet connected? Generously bend. Inhale, up. Lead with the heart, flat chest, and then round out the spine. Come up halfway. Find the floor. We're going to take the right leg back. Push into the floor, open up towards the left knee. Stacking those shoulder blades. Straddle the foot. Coming back, I'll modify this one for you. We're going to take our heart slowly. Notice the back of the neck in line. And then come up into your up dog. Down dog. Good. Come high up on those tippy toes. Melt them down. Good. Bend in the knees. Tippy toe in. Halfway lift. Exhale. Root and rise up. As you compress those hands together, connect your feet. Last round. Generously bend. Here we go, forward fold and round out. Halfway lift, connect. Take the left foot back, push into the floor, spiral around. Exhale to get more out of this one. Good, connect. Taking the foot back, again. Take those elbows in, brush along, and then push in, shine your heart. Glutes are contracted, and then we come into your down dog, right here, pedaling it out. Good. Softening those knees, tippy toe, your toes into your hands. Come up halfway, squeezing the blades. Round it out, root and rise up. Bring your hands to heart space. Wonderful. So definitely you should feel warm. We're going to come into dynamically moving through our warrior poses. So your first one that we're going to do, I'll start off by going to the side. It's a split stance. So when we do a split stance, I want your feet to be wide. So when we step back, your base is wide. So I don't want your feet to be in line, so you're tipping. So get the feet wide so you have a good base. So we're going to do, this is your warrior one extended. So your shoulders are facing front, your hips are facing front, everything is facing front. So here's our side view. So you can do whatever language you want first. We're going to lift up high, use your breath, exhale, sink down. So this is sort of like what I call the meat of the class. We're kind of ramping things up, using a lot of muscles, trying to go a little bit out of our box, expanding through, increasing range of motion, stability, mobility here. So we're going to hold this one down. Now, notice your weight. You're evenly distributed, the ball of your foot and the front foot. We're going to switch that up a bit. You're going to dive forward. You're going to wrap your arms around you, roll the shoulders back. We're going to do a little bit of balance and a takeoff here. So lift off. If you need to tippy toe, you can, but we're going to lift off, balance, go right back where you were, roll the shoulders. Let the arms help lift you up, and then sink back. So palms are facing the floor, almost touching the baby fingers. Lift off, balance, and then right back. So your knees have to track right underneath of that ankle. This is our last one. And then land it. Swing around to your warrior two. Okay? Warrior two. We're now going to move this dynamically by coming up and then circling around. Lifting up out of the warrior and then sinking. Now your eyes can track your hands or not. Your call, but lift up. Notice that beautiful flow. Inhale and then exhale, ensuring that you're not going too far forward, but you're in your moments. We'll do one more. Perfect. Facing the front. And then now we're going to go to the other side. So bring your feet together, and again, you want it to be nice and wide, okay, with those feet. Now you're going to take the other leg back. In your warrior one position. So extending up through the legs, we're going to exhale, come down. We're going to put all this together. So we're learning it right now. Okay, we're going to do one side and then the other. And then pulling down. We're going to do two more of these. Lifting up, extend long, pulling down, grab in the air like it's thick. Good. And then from here, we're going to distribute our weight forward. Take our hands behind us and then lift up into a little pause and then sink back down. Lift up. Good. And you really want to extend, squeezing the glutes. So that's why we did those fire hydrants. That's why we did those leg circles, to prepare us for this big energetic move. And my body's always on alignment. Let's go one more. land back, circle around. Here's your warrior. What's next? We do our little circles up and then swoop down into the warrior. Lift up, exhale down. Inhale up, swoop down. Up and around. 2 more. Nice. Beautiful. Good. Step your feet together. Inhale up, forward fold. Halfway lift, round out, inhale up. Good. And now we're going to do 2 of every move with a forward fold in between. Hip distance apart. Take the leg back. And it looks in a little flow coming in. We'll do 2 of these. Good. And then from here, open up, lift up, and land. 1 more. Lift up and land. Warrior 2. Swooping up and around. Last one, up and around. Good. Bring your feet together. Inhale up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale round. Root and rise up. Hands to heart space. Take the other leg back into your warrior. Lifting up. Pulling down. Last one here. Good. Reach and dive up. Swoop the arms. Reach and dive up. Land back. Warrior 2. And as we lift, we sink. We lift. Good. Feet come together. Rise up. Inhale. We're going to go through that 1 more each side. Round out the spine. Halfway lift. Round it out. Rise. Engage your feet to the floor. Now I'm going to take the opposite leg back. Right? So alternating sides. Rise up. Push into the floor with your feet. Grab that air. Sink this knee down low. Right up. Exhale down. From here, dive forward. Good. And then land. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Up, fly, and then sink. Warrior 2 now. Here it is. Ride up, and then swoop around. Beautiful. Up, and then swoop. Bring that back leg now to meet the front. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Now you got it. Now you can flow. Use your breath. Coming up, engage your feet. Good. Warrior 1, split stance. Lift up, sink down. Get that flow going. From here, lift up, dive forward, and then swoop back. Squeeze your shoulder blades here. Open up, fly, and then sink back. Good. Last one here, lift, and then land. Open up into your warrior. Circle the arms up and circle. Good. Breath to movements. And then we're going to now come into feet together. Forward fold. Halfway. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Round out. Root and rise up. Bring your hands to heart space. Wonderful. That was a great little sequence, dynamically moving. So kudos to you for hanging in there through it all. We're going to come now down into our powerful pose right here. Okay? So powerful pose, just to sort of visit it. Your arms can be up. Roll your baby fingers in towards one another if you want more. If your shoulders are not happy doing that, just keep your arms out. No pressure. Tap the tailbone. Often, people dump into the low spine. Okay? Balancing on your right leg. You're going to take that left leg, tap out, in. So the toe can tap the floor, tap in, tap the floor, and tap in. This is your happy place, or your arms can be here, doesn't matter. We can grow with this and pull up and down, up and down. So core is all connected here. If you even pull up with the knee and you're not happy, you can even pull it down. Your choice. Pull, release. 4 more. Did I tell you there's lots of glute work today? Yes. 2 more. Yes. Ooh, can you feel that? We're now going to do the other side. Okay, engage your feet. Hinge. Where's your load? It's in your heels, your toes should float. Okay, powerful. Again, tummy in, you roll the tailbone. So you're flattened out through that lower back. Very important. Choose where your arms need to be. Now you're going to bounce on the left. The right toe taps way back. I'm going to try to extend this leg. Iron open the back of the leg. And then pull in. And again, you're pulling like you're rowing. And then we reach, and then we pull. Toe can remain on the floor. You choose. No judgments. Never. So now we come up and we pull. So we cinch the core tight, and then we release. Cinch. And again, if my arms are out front, that's okay too, right? Pull, and I make a fist. I squeeze my shoulder blades together. I fire through my glutes, right? Yes. You may also find the opposite leg is stabilizing, right? It's always not the leg that's moving necessarily. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Connect. Open up those hips and feel the release. Lifting up. Inhale up. Woo. And then forward fold. Slowly. Opening up that posterior chain all the way. Halfway lift. Rounding out spine. Glute and rise. And then just take our hands like ragdoll. Celebrate. Celebrate. And then let the legs go. And look over from one shoulder to the other. You're like, when are we going back down onto the floor? We're going to be going down there soon. I promise. Nice. Okay, still opening up that posterior chain. I'm going to take a deep breath in up. When I rise up, I grab hold of my elbows and I hike my shoulders up, making sure that my biceps are right next to my face. So I never want to be back, never ahead of my arms. Always my arms are in front of my face. Micro bend the knees. We're going to roll around to one side. So I'm pulling on my one elbow as I'm wrapping around. Let everything fall. And then over around to the other side. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. Go, retrace all the way through. Drop your head. And then wrap around. Use your breath. Inhale. And then big exhale all the way around. Inhale as you come up. Exhale to swoop all the way around. Good. One more each side. Looking good. And again, I call this sort of like your active recovery, celebrating. Nice. Sneak into the center. Opening up. We're going to interlace our fingers. Again, get those feet nice and wide. Tabletop first. We're going to lift off a little bit and then hinge to about a 45. Begin to lift off a little more maybe. And coming up. Hinging a little bit more until eventually you find the space where you need to be at and then settle in here. Allow your arms to float. And again, if it's a little bit too much, you can actually grab hold of your wrists and keep them close in towards you. You don't have to have the flexibility that everyone else has. Do what you can. Open up your heart to one side. And then open up your heart to the other side. So leaning toward each leg. Good. Looking down at the floor, connecting. Heel toe it in. And then finding the floor. We're going to stretch out through the glutes because they work so hard today. We're going to do our figure 4. So, knees are bent. I'm going to take my right leg up, hook it over top of my opposite knee. peel my foot off right here. I'm going to glide through interlace, my elbows here to support, pulling my legs towards, and start to congratulate yourself. Notice my foot's active. If you want deeper, you can release that foot that's in the air, grab hold of the knee, and pulling it in. Sometimes now that's too challenging, so stay right here, wherever it suits you. I'm all about listening to your body. So we throw exercises out there for you. Ultimately though, your inner intuition is your leader, your coach, your advisory. Listen to them before leading for sure. Good, and let's take that leg up. Open up, pull that toe down towards you. You feel the openness through that, and then pull a little bit towards you. Tailbone now though is pressing, so I don't lift off, I push that down. Good. Releasing, ready to say to the other side. So hooking over, choose your options. Nice. It always feels so good to sort of wrap up the class and know that you've managed to come out and participate, doing everything to make yourself better. And this is the point where you're like, oh, I'm so glad I turned on my Zoom today. Pull into that knee, pull it in towards you, if it's available. If not, stick where you are. Again, options. And always remember, who do you listen to? You listen to you first. Let's extend that leg all the way up. So we do that hamstring, pulling in. I always like to have my opposite elbow, it's right there. So I kind of push my opposite leg away from me as I'm pulling my long leg towards me. Then my tailbone, I press down as well. Those little internal adjustments make all the difference in the world. So as I'm pushing, engaging my tailbone into the floor as I'm pulling, it makes a big difference. Good. And from here, we're going to take our legs wide. We're going to flex our spine, search for our feet. And if that's not available, you can always grab your ankles or your shins. And do a happy baby pose. So you pull your knees beside your ribs. Good. If you need to, you can rock a little bit side to side. And again, think of your spine connected to the floor, even your tailbone. Sometimes I see people with their happy baby pose and there's this big space here. You want to be able to connect your entire spine to the floor. Pull in, so use your strong arms to pull those legs in tight. Wonderful. We're going to do a little bit extra core work here. So let's have our feet active, our shin bones parallel to the sky. I put my palm onto my knee of each knee. So no one can really tell if you're working hard or not. But what you do is you pull your knees in towards your palms and you push your palms away. So it's a push-pull. So I pull my knees in, push my palms away, and I have this really intense core engagement here. So although we're not doing rep upon rep upon rep, it's an isometric contraction for your core. And isometric contractions can do amazing things for you. Push, 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 good. And now we're gonna go right into our dead bug, opposite arm to leg as I reach. Now, if you want more out of your dead bug, I can guarantee you, if you take the arm and you reach a little bit longer and you press your heel a little bit further away, you're gonna get way more out of it. So it's all about the reaching away from the center of your core. You're gonna get a lot out of it. You can also lift off and hover a little bit more as well. Just a wee bit. Good. So we're gonna exhale. Inhale to come back. Often, people will say that their neck gets sore, and that's true. I don't have any complaint of holding briefly on and switching, supporting your head. Nothing wrong with that at all. Good. Breathing. Are you breathing? Exhale, go long and strong. Long and strong. Good. We have 4 more of these. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grab hold and just rock. If you ever don't do all of the reps, that's okay. Do what you can. We're still going to continue with that same 90-degree angle. Keep that angle. So we're not going to bend our knees. Our hands are going to go out to our letter T, and you're going to melt your toes, your tippy toes, like you're tipping into cold water, and then come back up, restack, knees over hips. Inhale, exhale, you venture away from your knees, and then come back up. Exhale. So the only joint that's moving is this hip joint right here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 3 more of these. Use your breath to guide those toes down and away. Nice. And then 1 more. I find that working the core always critical. Take your feet down. We're just going to allow your knees to come close together. So glue your inner thighs. Allow your legs to follow one direction, and then you can look away from your knees. If you have a strong core, chances are your legs and your arms will follow suit. If you have a very sloppy, weak core, chances are your arms and your shoulders, legs, they're going to be the same. So your core is like your pillar of strength. So look after it. And then just roll over to the other side. Good. So just a beautiful spinal twist. It's a form of physical detoxifying. Good. Feels awesome. And breathe into all of these side ribs so that you're creating space, right? I also like to push my hip into the floor. When I'm at the studio, I'll encourage that hip to be pushed away. So I'll go around and I'll take those hips so that they are encouraged to be stacked. You can actually push your hip bone into the floor here. Good. And let's just take those feet back up. We're going to just evolve right into our final pose of Savasana. So let's allow those legs to float open. And they're a little wider than hips. It's time to celebrate yourself. It's time to spend a little bit of quiet time. So just take a deep breath. Now make sure you're comfortable. If you need to get some socks on, you need to get a little sweater, that's okay. Just relax your eyelids on your face. Start to feel calmness cascade over you from your head down to your toes. And your back body is very heavy. Focusing on the breath. So be mindful of your breathing. The air coming through your nose is cool. And you warm it as it enters through the nose, down the throat, into your lungs. Filling up your lungs deeper each and every time. Become acquainted to your rhythm. Notice the belly rising and falling at your own rhythm. Not changing, but simply acknowledging a breath of gratitude for this event that happens day after day without thought, yet provides us with life, provides us with our temperament, our attitude, our reactions. Knowing that the corners of our mat or the ground beneath us is fully supporting us. Our entire body is beginning to sink down. Eliminate any thoughts or distractions that are not serving you. It's important to be in this time and in this moment. Listen to your body. Observe. Your face is becoming more relaxed, all the lines disappearing, softening around your eyes, nose, and mouth. Allow the jaw to sink towards floor. Your lips may parch. Your ears are soft. As you exhale, your throat soften. And really let go of your collarbones and your shoulder blades. And that softness radiates down your arms into the fingertips. The skin that lies on top of your heart space, allow it to blossom and soften. As you take in that next full breath, create space in between all of your inner organs. And then notice freedom. Hip bones heavy. All the bones in your legs, your kneecaps, and feet become heavy. All your toes are simply floating. Settle into this beautiful moment of stillness that you have cultivated. For being in still and quiet is what your body craves and is what is being offered to us with full permission. And if you really listen, the universe will speak volumes to you. Enjoy your stillness and quiet. On your next breath, breathe in a little dabble of energy and vitality. So you create balance between the calmness and energy. And please ensure that the calmness trickles to the remainder of your day. Begin to awaken your body by wiggling your fingers and your toe. And as you awaken your body, notice how wonderful you now feel compared to when you first arrived on your mat. Take your hands above your head, draw your feet together, chin tucks in, and you can reach one arm up and then the other. So you alternate, almost doing little side bends, awakening side body. And then meet into the middle, bending your knees, pull your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a well-deserved hug because we're not getting enough of those today. And rock side to side. And then you can use your legs to pump so that you rock forward and bring yourself up to your seated position. So sit comfortably, allow the blood to settle in calmly. Bring your hands to heart space. Lengthen the spine, relax those shoulder blades down and back, tip your chin down. Connect to breath and stay connected to breath. As we honor our bodies, we honor each other. And we honor this wonderful time that we've had this chance and opportunity to share together. From my home to yours, namaste. Thank you everyone for coming and sharing your yoga poses with me this morning. And here we have a namaste. Still continue namaste. Namaste, Cicco, namaste.
Thank you, Heather.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, Heather. That was awesome.
Good. Thanks for coming out.